Welcome to my channel for comprehensive tutorials on fundamental principles to complex problems. I'll cover it all. Feel free to share, subscribe for more contents. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome back to another exercise, which is exercise 29 that you can find on page 89 of the book that you can see on screen. And in case if you need PDF of this book, you can message me on WhatsApp. I can provide you that. These are special kind of quadratic equation that we are going to solve here. And in this kind of equation, you have x square minus 3x equals 0. So that we can common that we can see here is x minus 3, and we'll write this way. These are the two factors that when multiplied together, that gives us x square minus 3x, and this is equals to 0. And in here I know very well that x is equals to 0 and x minus 3 also equals to 0. So in here, these type of equations that you find, both the values are going to be, both the factors actually are going to be equals to 0. Now we find out the value of x. What are the values of x? And here, first value x will be equals to 0 and x will be equals to positive 3. So 0 and positive 3 are the two answers for this question. Moving on to question number 2, as we can see in here is x square plus 7x. In question number 1, 0 and 3 are the two answers. Moving on to question number 2, in here the common in between them is x. So x plus 7 is going to be another factor. So first factor is x equals 0 and the second value of x plus 7 equals 0. That means the value of x is going to be negative 7. So 0 and negative 7 is the answer for this question. In here I can see that it is 2x is common in both of them, and x minus 1, these are the two factors. So 2x equals 0 and x minus 1 equals 0. That means x is equals to 0 over 2, which is a 0, and second value is going to be x equals plus 1. These are the two values. So 0, 1 is going to be the answer for this question. Moving on to question number 4. Here I can see that x is common in both of them. So 3x minus 1 is going to be another factor to give you 3x square minus x. So first value of x is equals to 0 and 3x minus 1 also equals 0. So 3x is equals to 1 and x is equals to 1 over 3. So two answers, 0 and 1 over 3, are going to be the answer for this question. In here, it's like we have done the difference of squares. I will write x plus 4 and x minus 4 equals 0. That means x will be equals to plus 4 and minus 4. These are the two values, x equals negative 4. There's another way of solving this is x square equals 16, and the root of x is x square is x, and the root of 16 is plus 4 and minus 4. So this is also a way. X is equals to 4 and x equals negative 4. Both are the ways to solve this question. In here, if I write this way 49, that means x, the value of x is equals to 7 plus 7 and minus 7, or we can write 7 and x equals negative 7. In here, it is the common between them is it's also a difference of squares. That means 2x square, 2x plus 1 and 2x minus 1. And if we write just before this, if I write to make easily understood, it's going to be 2x whole square and minus, if I write this, okay. Now in here, if I write this as 2x whole square minus 1 whole square. So you can see it's a square minus b square. So I will write 2x minus 1 and 2x plus 1. So in here equals 0. That means 2x is equals to 1 and x equals to 1 over 2. In the second part, it's 2x equals negative 1 and x equals negative 1 over 2. Moving on to question number 8 is going to be 3x whole square minus 2 square. So this is also difference of squares. So I will write 3x plus 2 and 3x minus 2. And it's going to be 3x plus 2 equals 0 and 3x minus 2 equals 0. That means 3x equals negative 2 and x equals negative 2 over 3. And this one is going to be 3x equals positive 2 and x equals 2 over 3. So one is positive and one is negative. In here for question number 9, I can see here that 3y is common in both of them, and 2y plus 3 is going to be another factor. That means 3y equals 0. That means y also equals 0. When it comes to 2y plus 3 equals 0, that means 2y equals negative 3, and the other value of y is going to be negative 3 over 2. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 10. In here, I can see 3 is common in both of them. So I will write 3a and 2a minus 3 in another bracket equals 0. That means it's going to be 3a equals 0 and 2a minus 3 also equals 0. So a equals 0 over 3. That means the first value of a is 0 and 2a equals positive 3. That means a equals 3 over 2, or we can write 1 whole 1 over 2. Both are the values of a. In question number 11, I can see here it's 5x which is common and 2x minus 11 is going to be another factor. So 5x equals 0. That means x also equal to 0. And 2x minus 11 equals 0. That means 2x equals positive 11 and x equals 11 over 2. Or we can write 5 whole 1 over 2. When it comes to question number 12, this is also a case of difference of squares. So if I write 4x square minus 1 square, so you can see this is a and this is b. So I will write 4x plus 1 and 4x minus 1. In here, 4x plus 1 equals 0 and 4x minus 1 also equals 0. So I can see it is 4x equals negative 1, x equals negative 1 over 4, and 4x equals positive 1, x equals 1 over positive 4. When it comes to question number 13, if I write, if I consider this a square and this one as b square, so I can write this way. So if I consider this y as a and 1 over 2 as b, so I can write y plus 1 over 2 and y minus 1 over 2 equals 0. That means x plus 1 over 2 equals 0, and sorry, which is y. And y minus 1 over 2 equals 0. That means y equals negative 1 over 2 and y equals positive 1 over 2. Moving on to question number 14. I can see in question number 14, 7 is common in both of them, and 8x minus 5 is going to be another factor. So 7x equals 0. That means x also equal to 0. And 8x minus 5 equals 0. That means 8x equals 5. That means x equals 5 over 8 is going to be answer for question number 14. For question number 15, if I say it is 3x is common in both of them, and in the bracket I will write 12x minus 1 because 3 times 12 is a 36, and minus 1 is going to give us a 3x equals 0. So 3x equals 0, and 12x minus 1 also equals to 0. So x value is going to be 0, and 12x equals 1. That means x equals 1 over 12 is going to be the answer for question number 15. When it comes to question number 16, I can see here that x square minus 6x equals 0. That means x is common in both of them. So x minus 6 is going two factors. That means x is equals to 0, and x minus 6 also equal to 0. That means x equals positive 6 and x equals 0. These are the two factors, two values of x that you can put it in question number 16. Now, when it comes to question number 17, I can write x square minus 11x equals 0. That means x minus 11, these are the two factors. So x value is 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. That means the value of x is going to be positive 11. So these are the two values, 0 and 11, for this question. Moving on to question number 18. In question number 18, I will rewrite 2x square and minus 3x equals 0. So what is common in both of them? Common is x, and 2x minus 3 is going to be another factor. So x value is going to be equal to 0, and 2x minus 3 equals 0. That means 2x equals 3. That means x is equals to 3 over 2, or we can write x equals 1 whole 1 over 2. When it comes to question number 19, in here it is x square minus x equals 0. That means x is common, and x minus 1 is going to be another factor. So first value of x is equal to 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. That means x is equals to 1. So 0 and 1, these are the two values for this question. Moving on to question number 20. In here I can see x square. I'll take this 4x onto the other side and make it negative 4x. Negative 4x. So common in between is x, and x minus 4. These are the two factors. So first value of x is equal to 0, and x minus 4 also equal to 0. That means the value of x is 0 and 4. When it comes to question number 21, I can see that x is common in both of them. So 3x minus 1 x, it is going to be, first is 3 and minus x equals 0. That means for 21, 3 minus x. So x is common. In here 3, first value is going to be x equal to 0, and 3x, 3 minus x equals 0. That means x will be equals to positive 3. When it comes to question number 4, I can do is x square equals 1 over 4. So if I take the root of x, x will be equals to 1 over 2, because 2 times 2 is a 4. But in this case, it's going to be plus and minus both. That means the value of x is going to be 1 over 2 positive, and x equals negative 1 over 2. Both are the values. When it comes to question number 23, I can rewrite this as x square equals 16 over 9, and the root of x square is a x, and root of 16 is a 4, and root of 3 is a 9 is a 3. So I can write plus and minus 4 over 3, or I can write 1 whole 1 over 3 in positive and negative both. When it comes to x square equals 9, that means x is equals to plus 3 and minus 3 both. That means the value of x is 3 and x equals negative 3. Both are the values. When it comes to question number 25, it's going to be something like this. I'll bring these guys a little down. In here, I will take this plus 12x to the other side and make it a negative 12x. So 5x negative 12x equals 0, and x is common in both of them. So 5 minus 12, 5x minus 12. So x is common. For question number 25, it's 5x square. So inside it's going to be 5x, like this one. X is common, so 5x minus 12 equals 0. That means first value of x is 0, and 5x minus 12 also equal to 0. So 5x is equals to 12, and x is equals to 12 over 5. So I can write this as 5 times 10 and 2, 2 whole, 2 over 5. When it comes to question number 26, I can take both the values on the other side and make it 9x square and minus 1. So I can rewrite this as 3x whole square minus 1 square. So it's a difference of squares. So I will write 3x plus 1 and 3x minus 1. So first I'll consider as both are 0, because these are quadratic equations. 3x is equals to negative 1. So x will be equals to negative 1 over 3. And on the other hand, 3x minus 1 equals 0. That means 3x is equals to 1 over x will be equals to 1 over 3 positive. When it comes to question like this, I can see it's x square minus 1 over 4x equals 0. So taking it's going to be x is common, and x minus 1 over 4 equals 0 for 27, and it's going to be x, first value of x is 0, and x minus 1 over 4 equals 0. That means x equals 1 over 4 positive, and x is equals to 0. These are the two values of x for question number 27. When it comes to question number 28, I can rewrite this as 2x square minus 1 over 3x and equals 0, and this x is common in both of them. So 2x minus 1 over 3 in the bracket. So the first value of x is going to be equals to 0, and 2x minus 1 over 3 equals 0. That means 2x equals 1 over 3, and x will be equals to 1 over 6. 3 times 2 is a 6. So these are the two values of x for question number 28. When it comes to question number 29, I can rewrite this as x square equals 1 over 16. 4 times 4 is a 16. So root of x square is x, and I will rewrite this 1 over 4 plus minus. So x plus 1 over 4 and x minus 1 over 4. These are the two values I have got for this question. X equals minus 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 and negative 1 over 4 are the two values for question number 29. When it comes to question number 30, I can rewrite this as positive x square and minus 1 over 5x equals 0. That means x is common. X minus 1 over 5 equals 0. That means first value of x is equals to 0, and x minus 1 over 5 equals 0. That means the value of x is going to be positive 1 over 5. These are the two values of x. X equals 0 and x equals 1 over 5. This was the last question for this exercise. These are the answers for all the questions. That's all for this exercise. See you again in exercise 29. Thank you very much once again.